Are you traveling to Europe soon? I am glad to share some travel tips to help you for the tour, especially to the Paris, Lisbon and Madrid. For air tickets, book well ahead of your plan. We book tickets on China Eastern Airlines 5 months in advance to secure a lower price, but with a layover at Shanghai Airport. This round trip covered Singapore to Shanghai to Paris CDG Airport. For our intra-Europe travels, we found that trains weren't always cost-effective. We purchased tickets on TAP Air Portugal to fly to Madrid with a free stopover in Lisbon and another tickets on Iberia Airlines to fly from Madrid back to Paris. Note that budget airlines in Europe are much cheaper without checked luggage, though additional costs can make the price similar to regular airfare. TAP and Iberia Airlines allowed hand-carry luggage with size limits, but they did not check the size strictly upon boarding. In Paris, Metro Transit Card Navigo could be more convenient and cost-effective. We bought a €37.5 weekly Metro pass that covered all zones, including airport transport and travel to Versailles Palace. To get this Metro pass, we went to the booth at Paris CDG Airport after baggage claim, located near the ERB train. The pass can be paid for by debit card. A photo smaller than passport size is required to paste on the card, which then needs to be signed and validated. Note that in Paris, you usually don't need to tap to exit the station, just push the exit door open. For airport transfer, as an alternative to the train, we used Uber to book a minivan to Orly Airport. It cost €59.50 after a discount. Due to heavy traffic, Uber added €15 to the initial price of around €45. We later found that a normal UberX, which costs much less, could have accommodated our 3 pieces of luggage. In Lisbon, we used a 3-day 72-hour tourist Lisboa card, which included most attractions and transport types. After baggage claim, we went straight to the Ask Me counter at the tourist booth. Since we flew with TAP Air Portugal and had a stopover in Lisbon, we received a 15% discount. To get this discount, you need to go online to TAP Login and request the card before your flight. Specify the number of cards, and the 72-hour card, 24-hour and 48-hour options are also available. We paid €5.30 for a return card to Cascais, which included a 50-cent card cost. For the Lisbon Metro, you can use a debit card to pay for transport without needing to buy a separate card. Unlike Paris, Lisbon requires you to tap the card to exit the metro. While Lisboa card included many attractions, it was challenging to visit many attractions in a day due to transportation between attractions and closing time of the museums or attractions are mostly at 5:30 p.m. or 6 p.m. Only Castle closed at 9 p.m. during April to September period. For airport transfer, taking the train to the city cost €1.80 per person, but it was tiring due to numerous staircases. For the return to the airport, we used Uber, and surprisingly, after a discount, it cost only €5.70. In Madrid, we considered the tourist Metro card, which ranges from a 1-day pass to a 7-day pass. A Zona card costs €22.5 for 3 days, while a Zone T pass costs €25.5 for 2 days. We decided not to buy the day pass since our accommodation was centrally located, allowing us to walk to many attractions. Additionally, Recolto's apartment is near the Recolto station, served by the Renfe train. Renfe trains to Segovia and Toledo are not covered by the Metro Day Pass, making it more cost-effective to buy single tickets. For high-speed trains to Toledo and Segovia, we paid €22.2 for a round trip per person per city. It's advisable to buy these tickets at least a day in advance to secure the time slot and train type. There is a slower train option, costing €6.85, but it takes 2 hours to travel. Buying from Klook is not recommended as it costs more. For metro areas, we use single tickets on the Renfe Cercanías train, costing €2.2, including a 50-cent card cost. Each trip cost €1.7 back from Atocha for Toledo or from Chamartin for Segovia. The Cercanías Renfe car can be topped up using machines at the station by selecting the destination to get the train cost. Some Madrid stations also allow payment with a debit card to tap for entry or exit. There are different machines for Metro and Renfe. For short trips, we used Renfe Cercanías machines to buy tickets at stations like Atocha to Recoltos. For airport transfer in Madrid, we used Uber. The Uber waiting area is outside the airport on the roadside, indicated as Uber, on the left side after exiting the airport. The cost was €24 with an UberX, which could accommodate 3 pieces of luggage and 4 persons. For the return to the airport, the UberX cost around the same. For accommodations, we used Agoda app to book hotels for Paris Cadet Residences and Anjo's apartment in Lisbon. For the Madrid, it was booked through Direct Hotel Rocolito's apartment as cheaper. Initially, I booked from Booking.com, and found the direct hotel booking. It saved me around €100. Notice that due to the Olympic in Paris during July, in order to pay this enormous activities, the Paris government increased the city tax by 200% in early January 2024. Agoda app appeared to pay €20, but receptionist told me to be €65.40, and that really surprised me and disappointed me. That's €8 per person per night for 4 stars hotel. Luckily, we only planned 2 days in Paris. Lisbon city tax is €2 per person per night. We stayed 5 days in Lisbon. Spain. Madrid does not have city tax. What a relief for us, as we total stayed 6 days in Madrid. For hotel booking, avoid using credit card unless for good reasons. You can use debit card that's stored with euro to make payment. You control the exchange rate. Otherwise, credit card eats up a lot in exchange rate, and special overseas charging could be substantial. For some attraction tickets, Klook app may be used. We bought the Versailles Palace tickets. It cost 30.45 SGD per ticket, and you had to select the time slot during purchase. This time slot was actually not the time duration for the visit, but rather for crowd control, so you would have long time to see. This ticket did not include park or garden, although app appeared to include park, not garden. Other attractions may not need to plan, as you can decide later during the tour. For currency, euro, change some euro in cash, the rest using Utrip, DBS multi-currency debit card, and Revolut cards. Utrip tends to have better rate around 1 SGD to 0.685 to 0.6905, so majority of exchanges are done here batch by batch. Majority of payments can be done with cards, except some bus services such as in Lisbon. We took a bus to the Mafra National Palace which only can pay by cash. Some eateries will also accept cash only due to remote area that the signals are bad for mobile phone or their preferences. As for the weather, we were being lucky that the whole trip were mostly sunny or partial sunny. 2 days in Paris were partially clouded, and temperature is lower around 14 to 20 degc. Relatively cool weather. Lisbon areas were mostly sunny with temperature around 16 to 25 degc. Pretty good to travel around. As for Spain, it was very sunny and hot. Temperature ranged from 18 to 3 for during late afternoon. For toilet stops, there are not too many public free toilet or even paid toilet. Better to have it done at the hotel, at restaurant during meal time, or place of interest, such as museum. As for water point, there are not too many water points either. Follow the same way as toilet to fill up your water bottles. In Paris, as part of the law, restaurant would serve tap water. However, it is paid items for Portugal and Spain. During meals, only Paris restaurant would serve bread as part of the meal. Portugal and Spain have to order to get the bread. As for the safety in these 3 cities, in general, better to put your important items in a pouch hanging in front of you to prevent attraction to theft. Hand phone should also taken great care when taking pictures in crowded places, as well as near the roadside, as snapper may just snap your hand phone away. This is real. Do take necessary precautions. The time difference for Paris, 6 hours behind Singapore time. Lisbon is 7 hours behind, and Madrid is same as Paris, which is also 6 hours behind Singapore time. Thanks for watching, and I hope above tips could help those who want to travel to Europe. Remember to click subscribe button. Thank you.